it's ChrystalChyna, and we're back with another episode of Musicology 101. Let's get it! We are back with another installment of the sister series for Musicology 101 with ChrystalChyna.
Yes.
And this one, as all the others,
I know, we always say this.
It's personal, but it's a little bit more personal because we actually have met them.
Well, we have also met a few others.
Yeah.
But, okay, not in, well, dang, it's so hard to say.
We're just talking about this video. We
yes.
have met the artists, the sisters, we're about to talk about in this video right here. They have inspired us.
Definitely. They're a duo.
We grew up watching them. Mm-hmm. You know, they came
They're
out. They're from the same area we are, you know.
Yeah. Drum roll, please.
MaryMary, let's get it!
Erica and Tina were born Erica Monique Atkins and Tracina Yvette Atkins to a large family in Inglewood, California, to Thomasina and Eddie Atkins. Erica was born April 29th, 1972, and Tina was born May 1st of 1974.
Erica and Tina grew up pretty close, considering that their other siblings were either much younger or much older than them. So, like, they were right neck and neck, like 2 years apart. So, they were like twins almost.
Almost, yeah.
Being that their mother, Miss Thomasina, was a choir director for the Evangelistic Church of God in Christ, and their father, Mr. Eddie, was a youth minister, the girls were clearly going to be exposed to the world of music, particularly gospel music. Soon enough, Erica and Tina started participating in the church choir. They started doing like the traveling gospel shows, and they started doing work in television productions, you know, like back in the day. That's what I miss back in the day.
I know.
It was a lot of opportunity for like local communities to get starts and exposures in Hollywood. I agree. I mean, we don't have that anymore. But Erica and Tina, thank God they came up in that era. Fun fact, speaking of like, you know, productions with television and film during the time when they were working with choirs, if you watch Sister Act 2 in the competition part,
and we have watched it,
and I have seen that movie since I couldn't even walk. But if you're watching Lord, send the revival.
Yes.
Send the revival. Send the revival. And let it kick it with me.
Erica is in that
choir. Like literally, you can. It's quick the clip, but you can't miss her.
You
cannot miss her. Yes. So yeah, go check that out. I think it's on Disney Plus.
Yes. With this history, of course, the girls wanted to make a career in music. So what they did was they enrolled into the local El Camino Community College. Sounds very familiar.
Yes,
we didn't go to El Camino.
We didn't go to El Camino, but we were kind of like the Parkers. We went to Santa Monica College, and we did study music. And later changed to business.
Yes. At El Camino, they started getting classical training. So they were singing arias and all that type of stuff. But in that process of training, they were discouraged from singing other genres of music because allegedly and apparently that would have destroyed their voices if they would have branched out to other genres.
Right. Which, I mean, they sound pretty great to me.
They sound great to me. They don't sound destroyed.
No.
By 1995, Erica and Tina started traveling with Michael Matthews' traveling gospel shows, Mama, I'm Sorry, and Sneaky. Not too long after that, they began singing behind acts like Brandy, Eric Benet, and Brian McKnight.
Get into it. You know, Erica Campbell's husband, Mr. Warren Campbell himself. Warren Campbell is MaryMary's producer, but he is also responsible for a lot of the sounds that we love from Brandy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Brandy was... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Warren Campbell might have to have his own episode. Yeah. But, like, freaking Brandy was in their wedding, so...
Iconic.
I just love when
the worlds come together. Yeah,
like
I love it.
All makes sense.
Yeah.
So by the mid to late 90s, Erica and Tina met Mr. Warren Campbell himself, and they secured a publishing deal through EMI. From then on, a series of their songs made it onto movie soundtracks. They wrote Dance and performed it with Robin S. for the Dr. Dolittle soundtrack and Let Go, Let God for the Prince of Egypt soundtrack. Erica and Tina also wrote material for 702, but their profile in gospel started to rise when they wrote 2 songs for Yolanda Adams. Those 2 songs were Yeah and Time to Change for Yolanda's album Mountain High, Valley Low.
It was at this time that MaryMary as a musical entity formed. They signed to Columbia Records and chose the name MaryMary, honoring Mary, the mother of Jesus, as well as Mary Magdalene. Signing to Columbia made MaryMary the very first gospel act to sign to them since Tremaine Hawkins in the 90s. MaryMary's very first single was Shackles, Praise You, which was released February 29th of 2000.
I was 3 years old.
We had just turned. I remember when that song came out.
Yes, I have a distinctive memory.
That song blew up.
It did. I have a distinctive memory of when praise dancing was being introduced to our church. Our home church is Mount Moriah Baptist Church of Los Angeles. So I have a memory of being at Bible study with my parents. Closing out the night, they had like
young adults at that time.
Young adults at that time.
No shade.
No shade. Young adults at that time, they did a praise dance for Shackles, and they had bandanas on, and it was a sign of the time.
Yes.
And I was I remember being a little girl, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Shackles was a major crossover hit, making it one of the biggest gospel songs of all time.
It was played everywhere. I remember,
and I don't know if this will make anybody feel some type of way. It doesn't make me feel some type of way, but I remember they performed this on RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I don't know if that's on YouTube, but I promise you, they performed that on RuPaul. That's just how big the song was.
Exactly.
And
that was years
after this song had even come out. Mm-hmm. So that song was
iconic.
still a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It ranked top 5 on the R&B charts. Mm-hmm. It was in the top 10 for the pop charts. And it reached number 28 on the Billboard Hot 100. So we haven't even mentioned gospel alone.
Right.
That just shows you how big of a song this was, how big of a deal. They were bringing in the new millennium contemporary gospel sound. You know, of course, we already had our Kirk Franklins, our Fred Hammonds,
and our Hezekiah.
Yes, but they were introducing the new millennium sound of contemporary gospel.
Through all of this crossover success, and I do mean huge crossover, I can't even stretch it enough. They even gained exposure from MTV, which is huge for any artist, but especially gospel artists. Okay, I'm sure they were the first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of anybody before that.
Because, nobody was doing what MaryMary came out doing at their time. No. That's just the truth, period. As gospel artists, yes, they had people before them, but I'm talking about on this level, no. Love them. If you guys can tell, we're real, MaryMary girls. Yeah. Sorry. So maybe I'm a little biased. Thankful, their debut album that was released in May of 2000 peaked at number 1 on the gospel album chart and reached number 59 on the overall top 200 chart. Thankful was certified 2 times platinum for shipments of 2 million copies in the United States. Went on to win the Grammy for Best Contemporary Soul Gospel Album. The follow-up single, I Sings, was a major hit in the UK and peaked at UK number 32.
In 2002, the Marys released their sophomore album, Incredible, on July 16th. Erica and Tina maintained Warren as the producer for majority of the material on the album, but production also included Charlie Be Real, Kenny Be Real, Mike City, and Rodney Jerkins, Dark Child. The album peaked at number 20 on the Billboard Hot 200 and sold 43,000 copies in its first week, and it was later certified gold.
Yes,
period. This album includes the singles In the Morning and I Try.
We also like to make an honorable mention with their song Little Girl. because we had a little dance recital when we were little dancers.
Yeah, I think it was our
first
recital.
Dance recital, and that was the song that we danced to, was Little Girl. Little girl, little girl. Little girl, struggling with your confidence. Little girl, God made you so beautiful. Little girl, I just thought that you should know. Yeah.
And in the morning, like, I just have memories of it being a Sunday morning, and like our parents will make fried chicken and rice for breakfast before church, and our dad would have like gospel music videos playing.
Yes.
And like, in the morning you'll be alright. In the morning the sun's gonna shine. In the morning, no clouds in the sky.
Yeah. That was one of our favorite songs when we were little.
Absolutely.
During this time of their second album release, the music industry was changing drastically. To this, their album may have been impacted due to like piracy, which was going on at this time, and
label switchovers.
And this also resulted in less promotion and less sales that, you know, they were previously used to. By the mid-2000s, both Marys got married and they were growing families, so they did take some time away from their music.
Yeah.
On July 19th of 2005, the girls released their self-titled album, which included the hit singles of Heaven and Yesterday. I decided I was gonna put my trust in you. That was our mom's ringtone for years.
I can't give too much because my throat feels so
I'm
raw.
literally feeling sick.
Yes,
So
I'm feeling sick and I ain't got the flu. I'm missing you.
It was their very first album to enter the top 10 on the Billboard charts, and it was certified gold, baby. Gold.
Period.
Just to note that Yesterday became their second biggest hit since Shackles. So that was an amazing like follow-up. Okay, like Yesterday, I feel like, to me, even though it's their second biggest after Shackles, I feel like that song is underrated.
Yeah.
Like, I do. That song is heavily underrated.
Like Erica
holding that last note.
Yes.
Like, come on. Like, and I've heard Erica sing this live in person, and it was not a huge crowd. And I can attest that really is all her. All her vocal.
a good breath.
Their instrument. All voice right here.
They also released their Christmas album, MaryMary Christmas, in 2006. On October 21st, 2008, the Marys released their fifth studio album entitled The Sound. The single Get Up was released digitally on iTunes in July of 2008. The album went on to achieve great praise and success, and it actually is their best charting album to date. And the album, The Sound, is actually a concept album. It was to like simulate like an FM radio sound. So like if you're listening to the album, like the sound, it sounds like you're listening to the radio, like that narrator that's always, you know,
like that Quiet Storm narrator.
Yeah, like kind of like Power 106 vibes.
Yeah,
back in the day, or 100.3 to be. Like that.
Back in the day.
Yeah. The album debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the US R&B chart, and held the number 1 spot on Billboard's gospel album chart for 6 months after its release. Period. Because I mean, that album made up my whole 7th grade year. I appreciated how they incorporated the sound of the current time. So if you remember, this is when Kanye is releasing 808s and Heartbreaks. Yeah. And he's collaborating more with, you know, using a certain type of auto-tune for the sound. And that's kind of what they incorporated for, you know, for example, God and Me, which Kanye happens to be in the video.
Even looking at the video, the style, like the fashion.
Yes.
Definitely a sign of the time. They were not it's like MaryMary has always been like outside of the box, like different from other groups or, you know, anybody else in their genre, their contemporaries.
Absolutely.
Very different. And I remember when I first saw that video, I'm like, oh my God, not them wearing skinnies.
Yes.
Skinny jeans.
Yes.
Because this is also, you know, of course, Kanye's impact was there fashion wise and music wise, but this was also during a time where during the jerking movement, like we were dressing a certain way, and a lot of us, like China and I, we were dressing like Kanye.
Yeah.
You know, we were wearing like the same thing, shopping at the same stores. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely American Apparel was in there. Okay.
American Apparel.
But it definitely, this is like one of my favorite MaryMary eras ever.
And Get Up, the single, actually won Best Gospel Performance at the 51st Grammy Awards in 2009.
I don't know what it is, but China and I at that time were going through a lot. Like at that time, just a few months prior, we had lost our father. And, you know, middle school is not an easy thing. So putting that on top of the loss of a parent while also trying to navigate middle school and people, you know, people being not so friendly and people hating on you and you're not able to understand why, but it is the God in you.
Mary's released their 6th studio album, Something Big, on March 29th, 2011. We were in 9th grade. You know, they always say, like, you know, music, it does help me tell time.
It does.
'Cause I'm like, I was in 7th grade. I was in 9th grade when that came out.
I was in the 5th grade.
The album was produced by Warren Campbell himself, and also Jazz Nixon, Gerald Haddon, and Lamar Mars Edwards.
The lead single Walking was released in December of 2010 and peaked at number 3 on the Hot Gospel Songs chart. The song also contains a sample of Crystal Waters' Gypsy Woman. 'Cause she's homeless, la-da-dee-la-doo-da, la-da-dee-la-doo-da. You know, basically, I feel like their use of sampling is just bridging the gap with, you know, pop, R&B songs to the gospel world, but still, of course, making it appropriate for gospel music.
Absolutely.
But just, you know, bringing it, tying it all together.
Because good music is good music.
It is, period. To continue on, like me and China, we have done story times in the past of, you know, growing up and our adolescence, but just things like, or songs like Walking. I don't know. MaryMary got me through a lot of
did.
But just like China said, this song came out when we were in 9th grade. This is our freshman year in high school. And, you know, when this video came out, it was towards the end of our 9th grade year.
Yeah.
So like we always use like this song as like our martyr for something big.
Something big
Was coming. And that was the truth, because a lot of things were changing for the better for China and I towards the latter part of our 9th grade year. Like we were taking our music seriously, we were getting opportunities, and then the next year we were homeschooled, so we were removed from a bad situation. So like I always connect this song to us
that time
getting
period.
something big. So yeah. By 2012, the Marys had their own reality TV series on WeTV where it chronicled their family career balance, and that was one of our shows.
Yes,
their weekly, honey.
Braxton Family Values,
MaryMary,
LA Hair.
Then that's when the reality TV was
good. Like I didn't have to wait till Sunday.
Exactly.
Just for Real Housewives. I had
a whole week span of good reality TV.
Yes. And their single Go Get It was released also to promote their new reality show and to promote their compilation album, which had songs like tracks from their previous albums. And Go Get It, that's why I'm like, MaryMary needs so freaking much us, bro.
No, for real.
Like,
literally every period of my life,
they have been with us every
there.
step of the way. Like literally, Go Get It was released at a time where we were really trying to do the music thing, and we have finally started getting shows, and you know, coming from a 9th grade year of like really taking it seriously, and then by 2012 we were performing, and like that would be our theme song every morning. Like
they would play it on KJLH.
Yes, KJLH, and that is our go-to radio station
to this day.
And Go Get It is one of those, let's get it.
Exactly.
Because, you know,
with the success of their reality show, the Marys decided to pursue solo projects. There's not a lot of groups that even stay together that long. So, I mean, it was probably best for them to just, branch off and do their own thing. Although we'll always want them to be together and consider them MaryMary.
Yes.
But, everybody has to do that.
Yeah.
Musically and creatively. So
Absolutely.
I get it.
Erica, she released Help.
Yes.
And she released I Need Just a Little More. And our godmommy, Miss Natalie Cole, loved that song.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken,
She
like
did
a
put
little
it in
bit,
her
yeah,
show.
she did. She did start performing that song a little bit. So shout out to Auntie E.
Yes.
I love that song.
I know.
And then Tina also released her own solo project. I believe it's called It's Personal. And, she also released a memoir. And they both just did their own thing, but would still come together. It's not like MaryMary was broken up or like there was no hope.
I'm like, I know. I'm like, I
together.
can't even say that. I mean, yeah, but no.
Right. They were just put on hiatus.
Exactly.
Basically. And another proud moment of mine was in 2022. This is when the Super Bowl was at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And they had two Inglewood legends perform Lift Every Voice and Sing.
I know, that's right.
Period. Because who else?
I know.
All in all, like, I don't know if you guys can get it from this video, but MaryMary has impacted our lives and our musical career.
Since
like,
we were
knee high to a grasshopper. Like, we study them. Thank God for their reality show, because we got to see them recording. We got to see how it is, with them making certain decisions and having to put their foot down as women, as Black women.
Right.
Like, I'm glad that I got to see that. I'm glad that we also got to meet MaryMary, like, through a family friend,
Miss Yvette McNamee, who we miss dearly. Who was a dear friend to Erica and Tina. But they were very nice to us. And I don't know, like, I just always have felt this connection to Erica and Tina. Not only just being sisters, but being church girls, being sisters that sing. And me and Chyna have always adored MaryMary.
Absolutely.
Like, every episode is very personal, and I really want you guys to know, like, this is not like some quick thing that no, like, these really, like, the people that we do profiles on, they mean a lot to us. They have like a huge impact on us, and this is another one of those episodes. Like, all of them.
And I feel like we could not do the Sisters series without talking about MaryMary.
Amen.
And thank y'all for just
sticking with
us, because I know y'all can tell, like, when they do them long blinks,
I'm tired.
You don't know what time of night we are recording.
I know, and we've been up all morning.
It's not shambles, honey.
Exactly.
But we definitely had to do this video because they are really important to us, and we love them so much.
Yes. So, until the next episode, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Wherever you are,
we are. Connect with us. Tell us what other sisters you guys would like for us to see, and go back and watch our previous episodes. Get to know Chyna and Crystal, okay? Until next time, you guys. Bye.